Hi, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas, and it's my favorite day of the month, the very first Thursday, where we get to introduce a brand new featured stamp set. And this month, we will be working with the Animal Outing stamp set. So if you love animals, if you love zoos, if you have kids who love animals or zoos, this is the month for you. And this is also the final month of celebration. So you definitely don't want to miss out on those great celebration products that you can earn. Some of them are even already sold out. So get online, place your order, and you can go to angelstamps.stampinup.net and you can shop in my store. If you would like any of the products that you see here today, we are going to create a card together that I don't have the sample of to show you because I used the first one I made as a birthday card and I have already given it. So I am going to flip you down to my work surface and you should be able to just play along if you ordered the kits to play along. And let's get started. I'm still not great at figuring out exactly where this needs to be when I flip it down, but I think maybe this is going to be a workable place. And I already have the cardstock cut that we will be using today. And the first thing we have is the card base. It's a piece of Night of Navy cut 4 1/4 by 11. And then we're going to fold it in half. To create our card base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We will set that aside for now. I want to do the stamping first because then we're going to bring up the big shot. And I have a piece of old olive cut at 4 by 5 1/4 that we will be embossing with the big shot in a little bit. And the card interior is a piece of Whisper White that is also 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just have another piece of Whisper White that just whatever size, we are going to be stamping the rhinoceros and coloring him in and then cutting out a circle. So I am stamping him with the smoky slate. And then I'm going to use my blender pens to color him in. We have the smoky slate dark and light and the ivory, and I forgot to get out. Good thing that they're right here. The light Night of Navy. I think I will get out the light pumpkin pie while we are getting our blender pens. I'm having an idea. I'm using the ivory to color in his horn. And then I will use the light blender pen to completely color in his body. If you are planning to come to any of the local classes, we are having the Simple Stamp class next week, and we'll be using stamp sets from the celebration. And also, there is still time to RSVP for the product-based class this month. It will be the third full week of the month, and it will feature the Butterfly Gala set. You can check it out on my Facebook page, at Angel Stamps Facebook page, and make sure you let me know which of the options you would like, and I will send you a PayPal receipt and get that ordered for you so you can join us. I'm using my dark smoky slate blend to just kind of go over some of these dark lines, and then I'm going to go back through and blend it all with my light smoky slate. Just gives him a little bit of a shadow on his wrinkles. And I did a tiny bit of coloring outside the lines. So I'm going to get my color lifter, and we are going to push that color back inside the lines. It's pretty amazing to me how this works. It's almost like an eraser, but what it's actually doing is pushing the ink. And the last thing I have to color is the bird. Although I do want to go back in and do some extra blending around his face. And he may not look amazing right now, but you just, when you're coloring, Just set your project aside, go do something else, and come back to it, and you'll be amazed. So I'm going to use the light pumpkin pie for the bird's beak and legs. And then his body is going to be the light night of navy. Okay. And then I am going to stamp on the card interior while I am stamping. And I will be using both the Smoky Slate and the Night of Navy. I'm thinking I will do the sentiment in the Smoky Slate. And I'm using the sentiment that says, "Together we make a great pair." And I'll close that up. And I'm going to add just the little extra decorative piece. It would help if I had lined these up straight, but you know, that's alright. And I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom of the sentiment. Just frame it a little bit. And now I will get out the Big Shot and we will take care of our Big Shot work. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is to cut out the rhino with the circle. And so we're just going to line up one of these stitched shape circle framelits around the rhino and send him through. Then we're going to do some dry embossing. So I put the magnetic platform away and get the Big Shot platform out and my layered leaves embossing folder. And then I will be spritzing, trying to see where I put it. Because I will be, oh, there's my water. I will be spritzing my Old Olive, not sure, using my spritzer filled with water. And I'm just going to spray my Old Olive paper just to get it a little bit wet to create a deeper impression. And then I will be putting it in the Layered Leaves embossing folder, getting that all set up and sending that on through. Big shot down because we are finished with it for now. And there are my embossed leaves. It really does make a difference when you spritz it with water. It makes them a deeper, darker impression. And so we will be putting on some navy baker's twine. And I'm going to do it what I consider the easier way. You could tie it around your card front and just tie it in a bow. But I find this works so much better for me. My hands don't always want to cooperate with bows. So I will put it on there. There we have the Night of Navy baker's twine. Now, I am going to just tie a bow, just like tying my shoestrings. And then I'm going to cut off. I have a little trouble with the scissors today. Cut my bow off the roll of Night of Navy string, and we will put it on there with the glue dot here in a minute. But first, I want to add my rhino with some dimensionals. Dimensionals are one of those things that I never know how many I'm going to use until I'm actually just putting them on there. Sometimes I'm very frugal with the amount of dimensionals, sometimes not so much. And I've stamped my rhino with the Smoky Slate ink, and I'm not really sure that I'm thrilled with that. So I am going to go back through and go over like his eye and his eyebrow and his nose and mouth and the edge of his head even, to just make sure we get the dimension. And then I'm even going to go along and do his toes. Now, if you stamp your rhino in black ink, it will all stay that way, even when he is colored. Stampin' Blends. Get his toes in here. Okay. There's my rhino with the detail. Now we'll put the card all together. I am going to use my Tombow to glue the card interior on the inside, and it's being a little bit ridiculous. I'm sure I'll have to open another one soon, but I was hoping not to need it for this card, but I think I might. I'm just dumping everything today. Alright, well, I will just reach behind me and get another one out. There is nothing more frustrating than running out of glue in the middle of your crafting session. So I recommend always having an extra on hand. Better make sure the sentiment is going the right way. Alright, and now for the card front, I'm going to attach my little bow. You don't have to put a bow if you're not a bow tire or you just don't like the look of bows. Then it doesn't really matter, but I am going to attach the bow right at the edge of where the circle begins, and then we are going to put our card layer on the front of our card base with the dimensionals. It's no fun to watch me take the backs off my dimensionals. If you are not a paper pumpkin customer and you would be interested in trying it out, receiving a full kit of the paper pieces and specialty adhesive, everything you need for a project each month except scissors and regular adhesive like glue, this is a great month to try it out. If you subscribe by March 10th, you will get the March kit, which has an extra stamp set that's not needed for your projects, but will coordinate with them so that you get 2 free stamp sets along with an ink spot. And there we have our rhino card. Used for happy birthday the first time, and this one is Together We Make a Great Pair. So I will see you back here next Thursday at 4 o'clock Central. It's when I go live, and we will be making, I think next week we'll be making a baby card featuring the kangaroo and the giraffe. So I will see you all then. Let me pop you up just for a second. I don't see any questions yet, but if you have any questions, comments, need anything, I will be monitoring the comments on this video. And so I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I will see you here next Thursday. Bye.